Life, life is. Whoa, whoa. All right. Life is moving. Life is moving at a pace. Sometimes I feel like it's a pace that we can't catch. Because some people are crippled and some people are not. Um, I don't know what to tell you. You got to keep moving. Got to keep going. My favorite quote today is, would you. My favorite thing I heard today was, would you take $10 million today? Yes, most likely you would. And I'm not speaking for you. But that would be your last day to live. You take $10 million at the start of the day, and that's your last day. Would you still do it? No. And that translates to your day, your life is worth more than $10 million. So live like it. I love that. I love it. I'm not a fan of physical harm to other people. I'm also not gay. I have uh, back issues um, from an injury that happened about a year ago. But I'm not gay. I'm also not black. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Asian. And honestly, labels probably need to be used less. Because the United States, you know what, who cares? Everyone's created equal. I believe that. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe Jesus Christ can help anyone and everyone who reaches out and lends an ear or faithful hand. I believe everyone should help someone in this world, whether that's a dog, a cat, a human. Lord knows most people need help with their life. Not guidance necessarily, but help time to time. Man, and I believe I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? I work with a lot of Mexicans. I really do. I love them as people. I don't love them as Mexicans. I love them as people. And most of them actually don't don't have a good work ethic, but at the end of the day, that's their life. Um, at the end of the day, it's more beneficial to keep moving forward rather than let someone drag you behind. Remember that. I've had a lot of friends in my life too. A lot of close friends, and sometimes you got to leave them in the dust. If they're not doing anything for you, of course, help them as much as you can. But the one person that you do not leave behind is your partner. That is true. That is true. I have not left my partner alone since since sensei sensei, and she's German. She's German, so sometimes when we're in church and we're praying, I would. Well, I lied. I lied to y'all. This is the beginning of church when we went to church together. We would be praying, and most people would have their hands up like this, but she only had one hand up, and I believe that's just lineage blood, like instinct. I think that's instinct. But that's okay. We're gonna hold on. Oh, my back. Oh gosh. Yep. Nope. That's instinct. That's instinct to raise one hand. So sometimes I'll hold her other hand to make sure she has it up, and then she sometimes drops the other hand. This is what she used to do, by the way. This is okay. You know what? I mean, she didn't say, you know, Shyster. She didn't speak German, so she doesn't. That's good. That's one step closer to God. Um, Man, there's been a lot of UFC since I've recorded last as well. Really good, really good fights. This is a passion of mine to watch fights. Quite frankly, and a lot of people say that Jewish people around the world. I think I've met one. I've met a few Jewish people, but one that was really close was it's my mom's ex-boyfriend. Man, he was Jewish, and he honestly was a terrible person. And it was, and he still is, and I bet. You know, they say that thing that people don't change. You know what I mean? We have, you know, I mean, come on. We don't even have to say. I mean, and what I'm saying is, uh, and y- yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't good. He definitely wasn't a good example for the Jewish community. I say and a lot of people also say that Amish are just old Jewish. That has nothing to do with it, and I believe that, and um, blueberries were supposed to be healthy for you, for your eyesight and stuff. And everyone says something like that. Oh, bananas. You know, if you ingest a banana through your ass, you'll you know it's positive for bone structure. And everyone on TikTok and social media is turning into, gynecologist doctors, podiatrist, podiatry doctors, dietary doctors too. They're turning into fucking dentists. I mean, come on, what the? You're talking about people that are fucking. I'll try not to cuss. But we're talking about fucking people that are in their 20s getting veneers. What the fuck are y'all doing? But I love everyone. I really do. I question some of the things that people do. Of course, I question everything. But it's good to question. Neil deGrasse Tyson says this is good to question. He's a good, role model to follow. I believe this to be true. And but he is a Scientologist, so he can fuck off into another dimension. No, but we still love him. He's still one of God's children, even though he doesn't believe it, and that's okay. And everyone does. I mean, everyone has their differences. Y'all may not even believe in Jesus. I'm not here to force it, man. But if you read the Bible, there are many proven sentences in the Bible that recollect with today's living life. That's all I have to say. So if you're like, I don't believe you, go read it. That's all you got to do. Go read it. And it says not to, gays are bad, but that's not. Gays have everything. I mean, they got a chance. They could be full of shit or full of dick, or whatever people say. You know what I mean? But or touching vagina. I don't know. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do say that girl gays are okays, but guy gays can fuck aways. Like fuck off. Everyone's created equal. To be honest with you, most people are created with two heads and one body, and that's conjoined twins. And some people are born with no arms, no legs. That's just a chicken nugget. And everyone has you know what I mean? It's been, and life is, what the fuck are we talking about? That's all I gotta, and well, hopefully you're living your life to the fullest. Hopefully you have goals and aspirations. That is important. I believe that it's very important to have goals and don't know how to spell it or say it. So and I have dyslexia. I really do. I can't say I can say big words. I can't spell or the, shit, except that word. Um, but things to work on. You can't I mean, you can goof around and catch AIDS or you know uh, for women, for girls out there, and I doubt any women would watch this, but you could, because I'm a fucking handsome fellow. I know it. I'm not a blatant to it, but I'm also not, like, oh, come here, I'm Ryan Gosling, eat my butt. I'm humble, as I can be. My back. I'm humble as I can be, and sometimes I do wish I had Tourette's. That would be really cool, but not really, because it's hard to do business with Tourette's. If you're trying to sell something, you're like, yeah, and I believe, fuck you, and I believe that we can. See, it would. You see my point? It's really bad. You'd have to go to sleep with positive affirmation. You have to go to sleep like that. You have to go to sleep with, oh, welcome. I like you. And then you gotta put a sign on your shirt. You gotta have custom shirts and shit that says, "I have Tourette's. Don't hurt me if I call you the N word." But and if I had Tourette's, I would stay away from it. Honestly, I would erase it. I would erase that from my memory. The N word, dude. You can't even get away with it with Tourette's. You're not gonna get away with it. You're really not. And no one should say it. No one. We should cut it out, or we should not give it power. That's the main goal. You know. But for women out there, sleeping around doesn't sound fun to me. I think what's really fun is meeting new people, friends. Not meeting new partners and oh, you want to go fuck in this bed, dude, and then what? Like sleep over? Like that? No, what? Get the fuck out of here! Come on, are you gay? But I'm a girl and you're a guy. What are you fucking gay? No, I don't. What the what? I find enjoyment in making people laugh and hanging out with people, no matter the ethnicity, gender reveal, no matter how many genders they have inside of them. And that was not a gay reference at all. I just genuinely enjoy making people laugh, bringing joy to people's life, and I wish the best for truly anyone. I am not lying at all. This is not a joke. Joke, 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 joke. Hot dogs have got to be my favorite pastime. I mean, my favorite food. But yeah, dude, women, let's not sleep around. This is ridiculous. You're embarrassing your family. You're embarrassing yourself, and you're truly just weird. What are my favorite movies? My favorite movies are probably the Scream series. Um, Zootopia 2. I just saw that. That was fun. Um, when life hands you lemons, you got to keep moving because stuff will slow you down. Be honest. Yep. Man, I work with an older gentleman too, and he's old school. He's old school. I've heard him say the N word. ER. Yeah, that's how old school he is. And I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't share this with people. And what if I came from California and reported you? You know what I mean? And shout out to California. Some of y'all are questionable little rats. Yeah, little fucking rat. I'm gonna fucking put a piece on you and you're going to fucking love it. And that's honestly, I'm not gonna say that's okay. It's not okay. I got a text. Let's see. Are you recording? Yes. Sharing this with y'all because I think it's important. Got a 2020 to. Oh, bro, no. Let me tell you this. I was in an Indian's house. Well, and Oh man, you know what? Anyways, I was in an Indian's house, and bro, their little kid was on their phone. Their little kid was little, and he was a kid. He spoke English, you know, big old ears. But who cares? Who the fuck cares? Kid has big ears. That's good for him. You know, better listener than probably anyone in school that he's in school with. But he was small, and I have a 9-year-old brother, so I'm not foreign to small people, to small foreign people. Um, but he was on his phone the whole time. I was over there consulting them and some sales and whatnot. But and I was an athlete, buddy. I was a fucking athlete. Ah, yeah. Let's get surgery so we can go ahead and. I don't know, dude. I just want to fucking be an athlete again. That's all. I don't want to fucking sit around. Yeah, this kid was on his fucking phone a lot. I can't even believe he had a phone. He was so young. He could have been 7. Um, and it was bad. He had a terrible posture. I mean, I walked in. I said, "Wow, this little Indian has terrible posture. Does this little Indian have a green card? Let's get him out of here. What is he doing for society?" You know, and that's what Donald Trump would say if he saw him. I would be like, "Hey, let's get the kid off the phone. Let's get him into a better let's get a better step in life." And phones have everyone. Phones have me, bro. I'll sit there and I'll be like, "What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck am I looking at? What am I looking at? I need to start playing video games." Quite frankly, video games are the best. I'm not a fucking gamer though. That's the issue. I've been an athlete my whole fucking life, and this injury has disturbed the whole fucking cycle. The whole fucking cycle. So let me tell you, you know what? We're one piece with Jesus, so who cares? Jesus will help me through this. And that's all. That's what I'm holding on to. So you hold on to your fucking purse and shut the fuck up, you California bitch. This feels like therapy to me, and you know, I like talking to the volcano. I don't like drinking that much. Y'all don't know where I'm from, do y'all? Okay. Um, smoking, smoking stuff from Colorado, stuff that's legal in Cali, and stuff that's smoking weed is okay. You know, helps you relax, helps you, you know. But anyways, I hope everyone's doing good. I really do. I hope everyone's doing good. Um, and I hope everyone's happy. but to remember that when the bad times come, to look at it as a positive, to know that you're growing still. It's good when you stop growing. It's like having cheat codes in a fucking video game. How, when you've done everything, you've bought everything, you've had everything in the video game, what's the point? It's a straight up freaking representation of life. And that is a good thing, that there's always going to be someone out there harder working than you, more money than you, a better, there's always going to be something better out there than what you have, or it may seem that way. Oh, it sounds so much more fun to go out rather than work on myself for the future. This is a huge flaw of the human philosophy, I believe, is that the majority of people aren't wired to think long term. Hence the lottery system. Very, very few can make as much in their lifetime as the lottery if you were to win it. But I guarantee the odds are ever in your favor. More, and that was a Hunger Games reference, more than winning the fucking lottery. But it's not money we should be worried about. It's not. It's helping people. It's having a partner that will go through thick and thin, and hopefully they thick or thin with you, to be there for you, and you be there for them. That's it, man. I love y'all, and let's fucking